Hello, happy Monday. Welcome to the first day of this year that I've walked outside without my jacket on. Maybe that's not entirely true, but certainly for a morning walk with Patch. And you might be asking, what am I doing here in Scotland? Well, the story was that today I would have been in Oxfordshire. That was my plan A. However, my camper van, I think I mentioned before that the temperature gauge was going up and down and up and down. And after the garage in Edinburgh trying their best, they replaced the sensor it's like a thermostat for the cooling system. That there was still a problem with the water pump going on and off in the engine, so that's being replaced hopefully today. It's certainly up on their ramp, so fingers crossed it gets fixed today. We'll just have to wait and see. And so this weekend was very much a journey of really not going anywhere, not doing anything, a journey within, if you like. And I was just so disappointed, especially on Friday, but we had a lovely day out. On Saturday we went to the town where I grew up, North Berwick, and then we also had a really lazy day yesterday, Sunday. I mean, I say a lazy day for me is still like a couple of videos, and I was also doing a little bit of work, just feeling into some of the opportunities for helping support people on a more on a more scalable level. So we'll see how that works out. And yeah, what to share. So on when was this? I think just over a week ago, I was chatting with my guides, and they were saying, "Oh, John, something big is coming." It's like, oh, how exciting! I wonder what that big thing is. And they said it's a very specific time. It's 7 p.m. on Sunday. So that was 7 p.m. yesterday. I was like, oh, 7. That's interesting, because 7 is like my life number, my angel number, and so I was kind of like had that in the back of my mind all weekend. I was just feeling into that, thinking, oh. I wonder what will happen. And yesterday, had very little structure to it. I just did like music, meditation, cut the grass. I was doing some chores around the house, took Patch out a couple of times, and then I was chatting with some clients about just informally, like messaging, and friends as well, and just chatting about some of the opportunities to help support people in a more scalable manner. And what came out of that was a couple of new potential services. And the first I'd describe as, so this is one service I'm going to explore with a couple of people and just feel into how it helps them and how it feels for me. And I can't remember the exact name, which isn't super important because it's not a final name, but it's something like building your heart's aligned business. So it's for those that are wanting to step into, likely quantum psychic healing, clearing, reading, and then also any other services that they want to do as well. I think what's exciting about that is I was just exploring in particular different ways of working. So one of them was doing a session, an intro session. Come on then, Patch. Morning. Doing an intro session, and then lightly offering maybe 2 to 4 weeks messaging, like voice messages and emails, where I would support someone through like doing an audit of their business, seeing what their vision is, what services they're offering, what their dream life is. So just getting some understanding of what exists already. I don't really like the word audit. I feel I'll find a better word. And then talking with their spirit guides and their higher self and their soul, and finding out a bit more about what are the areas where we can bring, allow more alignment and really help them focus on, stepping through any fears, releasing any blockages, and support them on a practical note. Like if let's say someone hasn't created a website, then I could give some advice on how to get started. I might even give them a little bit of time to help them get set up. And then for people who just simply want more bookings, I could, find out a bit more about how they're feeling inside, like what their blockages are, and the things that they need to do inside of themselves to help support continued growth and receive more bookings. And yeah, I feel like there's no like single formula, like one single John Binnie approach to 7 steps to becoming a gazillionaire. Because it's not all about money, right? Many people I'd say the vast majority of my clients aren't in it for money. They do want to earn enough to live off, but it's a whole broad range of things. And apologies if I caught Patch in the early stages of doing what he does. Morning. So, oops, I dropped the bag. So yeah, that's one service, and I'm going to chat with a couple of people about being my first clients to work through that offering. Anyway, that was the first one. The second one, and to answer my earlier question of what happened at 7 p.m. Yesterday on Sunday, that my guides were, preparing me for, and what they were doing was, come on, Patch. These flowers, they're so beautiful. They're still out. Yeah, I caught myself. So I totally missed the 7 p.m. like something interesting happened time, and caught it. I think at 7:37. And at that moment, I looked at my phone, and my power on my phone was 77, and my house number is 37, and it's like, to me that represents, like my previous house to that was 22, which to me, and it was built in 2002, and for me that represents change, like significant change, which it did in my life. That was where I had my awakening and wrote over 110 albums, and 3 and 7, so 3 sevens. I have big themes in my business, and thanks to a client and dear friend who gave me a reading some time ago about 3 keys. You see 3 keys keep turning up in my work, and it's like 3 keys to unlocking your awakening. And so those, like seeing the 7s turning up was really powerful, because it felt a lot like there was this magical experiencing unlocking. So I did the thing that I do, this little practice whenever I see a sign. So first of all, I saw it, I looked at the patterns, I studied it a little bit, and then I paid attention to how I was feeling inside. And inside, I felt happy and excited because I was developing this new service offering. And I did like question that for a moment. So I was like, but John, this is a Sunday and really you could be resting today. But I've just sat on my phone, I've been watching YouTube for hours. I was really rested from the whole whole weekend of relaxing. So what I did was took a look at what I was doing on my phone, and I was busy creating this new service. And so the second new service that I'm going to explore is more about offering like ongoing mentoring, if you like. And I'm even less sure than the business one about what sort of shape or form it will take. But my first best guess is that the idea is that I'll start with one session. So I might offer this either as like an add-on to existing sessions, so the quantum psychic healing session, or offer it as a unique service. So what I do is find out a bit about the person. Have they completed a 14-day spirit guide meditation challenge? Do they have a daily practice? What is their dream life that they're hoping to achieve? And sometimes these things are really simple, like people just want to be happy, right, and be joyous. And I wanted to make sure I fully decoupled it from the business aspect. You can still, of course, a dream business can be part of a dream life, but this is more focused on people that really want to, grow their abilities, like their psychic capabilities. And I thought that would be a really beautiful experience to do, because some of the class that are leaving, it ends, the foundational training last Zoom calls tonight, my time, and then the training runs for the rest of the week. That I wanted to offer something that's ongoing to help people, and for people that have maybe specific gaps, like maybe there's an area that you want to focus on, like one of your chakras, or you want to focus on boundaries, or a specific superpower, like activate your third eye, or open up your throat chakra, or face the fear that you have. And I'd also have the opportunity, I'd ask for consent to connect with their spirit guides and their higher self and soul, and ask more about their their feedback and guidance. Petch, this is so slow, you're just sniffing every flower. Come on, buddy. It's lovely, but it's incredibly slow. I do feel like what Patch does, where he's constantly stopping and weeing, is the universe's way of telling me to slow down, John, slow down and smell the flowers. Or I know that's not what Patch is smelling. There are so many UFO-shaped clouds today. It's so cool. Entire fleets of them, if you feel into it. Okay, stop digging holes, darling. There you come, darling. So yeah, it would be there may be some forms of practices that I would develop for people. I might develop the odd meditation, or maybe create, especially like creating a generic meditation, like someone could create one and I would do it. Maybe that week someone would request one and I would create one that week, and then maybe just make it public. It was created, tailored for that person, or like a shorter one just for them, maybe a 10-minute one just for them. And also, a lot of people are asking for help with boundaries, with helping define and refine their boundaries or their life purpose. And some people are super brave and want to, tackle many things for the first time by themselves. whether that's past life healing or soul fragments or whatever, is typically higher risk to do by yourself for the first time. But I could offer as much support as I could, and help them make it as safe as reasonably possible, accepting that it's still the person has to decide that themselves and take any risks themselves. So yeah, and you might be asking, well, why would I offer these services? Haven't you got enough work, John? Well, I think I'd only take on, certainly to begin with, 1 or 2 clients a month doing this. And I don't know if I would be able to add the workload for another session in that month, but I could definitely spend a little bit of time each day responding to questions and providing support. The other thing I can do is try it out, see how it works for people first, and then you can't see these on my website yet, but I've drafted and created the start of it. Let's see if I can pick up this McDonald's wrapper at the same time. Apologies if you got a shot of the inside of the bin. And then there's 2 other offerings that I think they might be past their trial period now. I haven't quite figured out. I think I feel committed to them, and that is, one is the 5D Ascension classes, so that they're currently going to be monthly, and I can create a little schedule of those. And the idea is you can go along to either the Zoom session for currently £1, and that's to help really with the administration costs and also support me, so just enough to help pay the bills for that service. And then I'd also offer it, I'm going to trial it on YouTube as well. So I want to make it low cost, and yet it's very much teaching, so it's allowing people to focus on their own practices. And it's just like, it's not a training course like the foundational training course, which is 8 weeks, a block of 8 weeks. It's more like similar content to that, lightly a bit more advanced, a little bit more advanced and in depth. And also you can just like check in and out of the classes whenever you wish, and that they would just run forever, which I think would be a lot of fun to do. There'll be replays available as well. And then there's also the quantum practice sessions. So those, I've got Chloe, Rose, Viviane Heller, and Amanda Marek, who have signed up as the practitioners for the next practice. And they're not on YouTube. They're just private Zoom calls. Again, they're low cost, and we accepted 4 clients into that. So I'll be doing 1 client. We'll do a client each. And it's like a kind of 45-minute taster session at very low cost. So look out for those. It's a great way of meeting my students. And they're not restricted to just practicing what John Binnie's taught them. They can also expand out to some of their other offerings as well. I know some of them do Reiki or tarot and other offerings. So it's not limited to just what I've taught them. I feel it's all additive. So yeah, if you're interested in those, keep an eye out for them. The best way of doing that is make sure you're signed up to my newsletter. I'll be sending it out again today, and look forward to sharing more with you and helping more of you. All right, take care. Sending love from Scotland, from Patch and I.